Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Welcome to another edition of the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel. As promised, I'm doing a third video comparing the Sonny Rollins Contemporary Leaders Craft recut from the original master tapes by Bernie Grundman out of the box set, the Go West box set. And I'm comparing it to the 1988 Phil Delancey remaster on the OJC label. So it's Craft versus OJC. If you missed the prior two videos, I did a Way Out West shootout where I compared the OJC to the Craft. I did a box set review on the video prior to this one. And on this one, I'm going to do just a comparison between the OJC and the Craft recording. This is a 1959 album originally, recorded in October, end of October of 1958. This is Sonny Rollins in a completely different setting than what you get him in the Way Out West. Of course, Way Out West, it's just a trio. On this one, you've got Sonny Rollins, Hampton Hawes on piano, Barney Kessel on guitar, fantastic guitar player, Leroy Vinegar on bass, the great Shelly Manne on drums, and then Victor Feldman on vibes on one track. So completely different sounding album to the Way Out West. A fantastic record, both of them are. I find this one to be very accessible for newcomers. Now let's talk about the difference between these two. If you go back and watch my triple shootout on the Way Out West, you'll notice that I talked about how much hotter the OJC sounded in comparison to this, and how much it had more high end, more room noise. On this particular comparison, there's not nearly as much of a difference between these two as there was between the OJC and the Craft recording on the Way Out West. On this, the primary difference, there was no real difference in volume, very little, I could hardly tell. I'm listening to it on a Fluence RT85 with the Ortofon Blue, going through a Shipmani preamp into my Yamaha HS8 studio monitors. So on this one, the Craft, there is a slightly fatter, warmer bass than the OJC. And that's about the only difference I noticed. What I did was I played side one of this, I played side one of this, then I flipped it over, played side two of this, and then played side two of this. And it was the same result. When I listened to them, I noticed that this one had just a little bit of a fatter bass, warmer bass sound. Other than that, not a ton of difference on how they sound. As far as the jackets go, obviously the Go West pressing here with Craft is thicker cardstock, so it's a nicer presentation than you get with the OJC, but for me, it's not a deal breaker. With the pressings themselves, you've got the black contemporary label on the Craft. This is a slightly thicker piece of vinyl than the on the contemporary with the yellow label. Other than that, they're both very flat pressings. They're both very quiet. So no real difference on the actual pressing itself that to speak of as far as quality goes. All things being equal, my final summary now, I did the Go West box set review on the video prior to this, but my final kind of thoughts on this box set, and if you already own two pressings that you're happy with, would I go, I already had both of the OJCs on both the Way Out West and the Contemporary Leaders records. So all things being equal, would I go back now knowing what I know and still buy the box set at $100? With tax, it was just over 100. I would probably say no. I probably wouldn't pull the trigger on it. I probably would go buy something else that I didn't have with that $100. And the reasoning behind it, as I talked about on the prior video, the box set, even though it's nice, and they do sound a little bit better, especially on the Way Out West, I think it sounds, the difference is more noticeable. The extra record is not a deal breaker for me that's in the box set. And the booklet is not a deal breaker. It's a kind of a wimpy booklet. I really expected it to be a full-sized booklet, not that little booklet, and there's not much in it. So all things being equal, I would probably rather have my $100 back to go buy something else that I didn't already own. And I was kind of happy with I was happy with the OJCs anyway. So now maybe on someone who has a way higher end system than I have, you may hear more of a difference than what I hear on my system here. So that's certainly a possibility that I would not rule out. But is it worth the extra $100? Well, to some people it might be. To people that are on a budget and that are happy with the copies you have and you like the record and you're just enjoying listening to it, I would probably spend the $100 on something that I didn't already have. So that's the final video in this little trilogy on this Sonny Rollins comparisons and box set. So I got more to come. I'm going to be reviewing some other records coming up here that I've purchased. And so stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys watching, and take care. We'll talk to you later on.